In the problem today, Professor Nell is going to measure the reaction time between the student dominant and non-dominant hand. He wanted to know if the reaction time in an individual dominant hand is less than the non-dominant hand. We're going to conduct the test with the alpha 0.05 level of significance, and we're going to assume that the population is approximately normally distributed. We have the result for the dominant hand, and for Y, we have the result for the non-dominant hand. This is a much fairer design since we're measuring on the same subject for both dominant and non-dominant hand. So what we need to do next is to compute the difference. In order to do that, we have to enter the data on our calculator. The dominant hand will be on L1 and the non-dominant hand will be on L2. Then we have to compute the difference, which will be on L3. We have to press L1 minus L2 and click enter. That will give us all the difference for each of the students. Now that we have the difference between the two set of data, we're going to perform a t-test. But first, let's state the hypothesis. We have that our null hypothesis is the mean difference equals 0. And our alternative hypothesis will be less than 0, since Professor Nell wants to know if the reaction time of the dominant hand is less than the non-dominant hand. Now we have to perform the t-hypothesis. We are going to use the t-test in our calculator. For the t-test, we're going to go to Stats, then Test, then t-test. We're going to select Data. Our null hypothesis is 0. Then we're going to change the list to L3 because there is where the difference are, and it will be less than. Just press calculate, and then we're getting our t statistic value that we're going to compare with a classical approach. Now we have the t statistic. We need to see if this value falls into a critical area. The critical area is found with the alpha 0.05. We need to find the t value. To find it, we are going to use inverse t. We put the area and the degrees of freedom, which is n minus 1. This value is negative 1.79. We see that the t statistic falls into the critical area. Therefore, we reject the null.